going on, guys? Welcome back to another Rate That Beer. Today, we got a couple people with me. We got Anthony from Bang a Beer Podcast. Thanks for stopping by.
What's up, bud?
Beer. What's going on, man? Then you got Bumpy Road Brewery. What's up, Bumpy? What's going, man? All right, so I'm going to pull us up like this, and we'll start with Anthony. Anthony can show...
I'll go to Bumpy first.
All right.
I'm sharing your thing to my page. I'm not looking at the actual chat right now. Sorry, I'm being unprofessional.
No worries.
Just putting you out there.
Bumpy, what do you got for us today?
All right, so I have Indulgence. It's a Belgian Imperial Stout with pumpkin in it. And I think maybe pumpkin spices. I don't know. They don't give a lot of information on the can. Have to go to the actual website. That's just a pumpkin sticker. Actually, I could peel that off and have a little pumpkin sticker. So this is from White Birch Brewing Company. They're out of Nashua, New Hampshire, formerly out of Hooksett, New Hampshire. And 10.5% Belgian Pumpkin Imperial Stout. Never had it before.
The other day. What'd you get?
Yeah, we went there the other day. Cool. Nelly and myself, and I didn't have this one on tap. I had some other beers, so they had this in the cans.
Now, do they do a regular indulgence? Is that why they probably stuck the pumpkin on there?
Maybe. Yeah, they have. They probably just have a regular indulgence because I also picked up indulgence that was aged on rum oak chips as well.
Cool.
Well, I can tell you it's dark. It's motor oil dark.
Yeah, it looks
It's a thick boy right there.
Yeah, right.
Pretty dark head, very tight bubbles, and a pitch black beer. Looks like something like a 1050 barrel aged or something.
Yeah. Huh?
All right.
Cheers.
It's definitely has pumpkin spices in it, or the pie spices that you probably
hope it's good. Usually pumpkin's like hit or miss.
Yeah. And this was probably from like September or October. There's no can date.
But you got it from the brewery, so right?
Yeah, I got it from the brewery, and it's 10.5%.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yep.
All right, you ready, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I'll pull you up.
All right, so I'm having a collaboration Pilsner. Not as fancy and cool as the Dark Boy over there, but it's a Pilsner from Pizza Boy and Warwick Farm Brewing Company. Both really, really fun people to have a beer with in our area. Collaboration with our good friends from Pizza Boy Brewing Company. This crisp Pilsner is hand selected German Hallerau hops. No idea. I'm not a beer smart guy. Expert clean crisp Pilsner that highlights the hops that I cannot pronounce. I did pour a little already. I was thirsty before we started. I'll give you a little more of a pour here. There it is. And then that's pretty much it. Just an average Pilsner. Good collaboration between two people. I like my lagers and Pilsners. I guess I live close to Yingling Brewing Company and grew up in like a blue collar coal mining town. So we like our we're behind when it comes to the craft beer game, but we're getting there.
Cool, man. That was good. All right, so I'll pull mine up now. All right, so I actually saw this. This is the only can on the shelf, but it's still fresh. Best by July 19th. So you see the date right there. This is Collective Arts. This is their Rainbow Sherbet Sour. It says with raspberry, pineapple, key lime, and orange puree. I had their banana acai and granola smoothie sour, and I really enjoyed that. I picked up a 4-pack, and I think I picked up a couple other single cans before I bought that 4-pack. So let's pour this up. I got my Tiku Trillium.
Oh, Trillium! Look at you.
Yeah, I actually ordered this offline. I got 4 glasses by then.
Really? We used to have them a lot on the show because we had someone who would trade and get it for us, but never had a beer from Trillium I didn't like. They make some great stuff.
I've actually never had their beers.
Really? Oh, they're so good.
So hazy golden orange color. Produced about 2 fingers, white head. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. Oh, it smells pretty good too. Yeah, it looks pretty good. 5.7%. Brewed by Collective Arts, Winooki, Wisconsin, USA. If you want to check them out, go to collectiveartsbrewing.com. I believe these guys are actually from Canada, but they do have a spot where they make stuff for in the US. So definitely excited to try this. And we'll go back to Bumpy, and Bumpy can do a little review on his beer.
Yeah. So I did look it up on the on White Birch's website, and it's a Belgian Imperial Stout with pumpkin spices. Doesn't mention that they add any pumpkin puree or anything like that to it. So it's just the spices, at least according to their website, which they should know what they're doing, right? They brew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like rich, dark chocolate notes along with loads of the pumpkin pie spices. It seems like a lot of allspice, nutmeg, some background cinnamon in there as well off the nostrils. Bit of a coffee note. So a little bit roasty, toasty.
That's where I struggle with stouts. I don't like the taste of coffee, so every stout
I
to
don't
me
like
tastes
coffee either. So
yeah,
it would have been better just to taste like or smell a sweet, like milk chocolate or something like that. But it seems to be a darker chocolate with some, like, the roast in there, the coffee, and lots of spices. They did not hold back on the spices, at least in the aromatics. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
So it's a medium to medium full body. Carbonation level is a bit on the lower side. Yeah, tons and tons of spice. Right up front, there is that like rich, dark chocolate. There is a lot of coffee flavors in here too. It almost tastes like they use like a cold brewed coffee in or something. It does taste like there's actual coffee beans in it versus just being from the grist. A little bit of an alcohol note in there too, 10.5%. Pick that up. Goes right along with the coffee. It's got that kind of acrid, bittering finish. The finish on this is definitely not too pleasant. A lot of the that acrid coffee, spice, bitterness. Yeah. It has some similarities to Moxie soda. I'm not sure if you guys have had Moxie ever in your life.
no.
It's they use some type of root in it, almost like a root beer, but it's something else. To me, it's almost like a root beer mixed with Dr. Pepper. It's got some types of spices to it. That's what this kind of reminds me of, the amount of spices that are in this. So
What comes out stronger, the spices, the pumpkin, the coffee, or the booziness?
it's a mix between the coffee and the spices. Spices are like right up front there when you start to get that kind of rich, dark chocolate right up on the front of the palate. Lots of the spices are there, and then that coffee note really starts to roll in kind of mid palate, and that finishes it with that acrid, with some of the lingering spices still on it. Yeah. The booziness kind of comes in mid palate, but it's kind of there and then it's gone. You just kind of get some of that alcohol flavor. And as I'm talking, I'm picking up a lot of grain and like hay or grass type flavors. Tell you right now, this one's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I can tell.
This
It's
will
so
be a
good.
one and done.
Yeah, I want to never again.
Now, did you just buy a single can, or?
I did just buy a single can. Super good. I got it. I got the rum barrel aged or rum oak chip aged indulgence as well. So hopefully that's better than this. If they didn't use all the spice and stuff, and I hope it's not as coffee grinds
Yeah.
forward as this.
Yeah, usually when something that has that coffee forward, if it's put in a bourbon age, like a bourbon barrel or some type of barrel with where it kind of kicks up the ABV, the ABV and the booziness, the booziness gets rid of the coffee for me, and that's usually the only way I can really drink those stouts. But for me, everything tastes like coffee.
This one's not aged in barrels at all, so it is just an Imperial stout. That's
A little too much coffee.
way too much coffee and a bit too much spices, I would say.
Yeah. See, pumpkin beers are really like a hit or miss for me. I've yet to find one that I really like enjoyed that I would buy again for a second time.
We did on the show last year for that whole span. We did a bunch of different pumpkin beers, and we drank so many that if I never drink another pumpkin beer again, I'll be perfectly fine. But we did a lot more of the like ales and IPA pumpkin styles, and not so much the stout. I mean, we had stouts here and there, but we did a lot of like ales and stuff like that, and it wasn't as bad like with the roasting. Like you got more of the pumpkin and the spice and stuff, but yeah, it was a lot to drink that many pumpkin spice beers in one month span. It was. I think we skipped it completely the following year. We're like, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Did you guys do the Dunkin' pumpkin?
Yeah, yeah, we did that one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back and remember which one we gave like the best score to, but it was tough. It was a tough month of drinking beers on the show.
I've gone through that. I picked up so many like new beers and stuff, and it was like every single one I went to do a review on was just horrible. I'm like, you kidding me?
That's
Yeah.
tough.
How can be this many bad beers just all put out at the same time?
Yeah, I hear you. I know it's heartbreaking when you keep buying stuff that's not it.
When I say bad beers, it's not they were bad beers; they just weren't up to higher standards.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Flavor and likability. But yeah.
All right, so next time around, come up with a rating, and cheers, Robbie.
Cheers.
All right, I'll bring you up here.
What's going on? All right, so like I said, I have the so I actually misnamed it. I said it was just the Pilsner. It's the Ilsner. Ilsner. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and it says the illest of all Pilsners on the bottom there. This was canned. So I like when breweries do this. They do the cool little like notes. So it says Hoppy Holidays.
Yeah.
This is 12/19/21. This was canned. I think this kind of just hit market not too long ago, or maybe early at the beginning of this year. But yeah, it's a Pilsner, man. There's nothing.
Looks a little bit hazy.
Yeah, it kind of. I would say it has a little bit of a hop to it. So, but it's more. It still falls under a Pilsner. It's very easy drinking. I wish I can give a beautiful description like Bumpy did, but I've never brewed a beer in my life, so a lot of the things he's picking up on, I gotta learn. I'm trying to get better.
It doesn't taste like coffee, right?
No, there's no coffee in this whatsoever. What we kind of do on the show, and I'll kind of piggyback off it because it makes it a little easier for a dummy like me. We use Untapped a lot, so what it says here for flavor profile is light, crisp, clean, hoppy, and crushable. I will give it that all day long. It has been checked in by 145 people. It averages a 3.92. So, I mean, people are enjoying it. It's an easy drinker. It's one that you can just have. I like to call them like football beer games, or like if you like MMA or professional wrestling, or if you're getting a pay-per-view where you have a bunch of people over and you're having beers. These are perfect. Like this is like a blue collar beer. You can drink these all night long. It's only a 4.2, so you're not going to get crushed. They're not like, it's not like hiding a 7.2 or an 8 in there as a like craft breweries like to do. It's the cool thing about this brewery, Warwick and Pizza Boy, they keep their prices affordable, especially when they do like pilsner like this. You're not paying a crazy amount for a 4-pack or a 6-pack. So yeah, it's a collaboration. So if you're trying to look for it, it might be hard to find, but either brewery you're not going to go wrong with. They're really, really good. They make great stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm digging it. It's nice.
Now, what'd you pay for? Would you get a 4-pack?
So I didn't buy this. So someone on the podcast bought this. So we're actually going to review this on a show. So I kind of did an exclusive for you. But this is we're going to do on the show. But he bought a 4 or 6-pack and then just gave one for the show, one person, and then we kind of like that's every time we buy beers and we buy something, we keep one for ourselves. We give the rest to everybody on the show so they can try it, and then we keep one for the show and then we drink on the show. So I'm gonna say maybe like $10 for a 6-pack or something like that, or a 4-pack.
Yeah,
yeah. Usually when Pizza Boy makes them, Pizza Boy sells a 6-pack of 16-ounce cans for the same price that most breweries charge for a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans. Yeah, they're good with that. You get all your bang for your buck. Also, at Pizza Boy too, they sell other people's beers there, so it's like a pizza shop. You walk in, you can order pizza, food, sit down, enjoy it, as well as you can get the 6-packs to go, but you can also do mixes and get other people's stuff from the local Pennsylvania area that are breweries that just aren't theirs. So they help provide stuff for other people to go try. So it's almost like they're a distribution as well as a brewery, and they're giving love to other breweries in the area. I'm a big fan of what they do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and Warwick, I believe, is still in construction of their sit-down tap room. What they're working on, it's been COVID and a lot of bad weather and stuff like that. I believe they're up like in the middle of nowhere, like in the woods somewhere. But they've always made fantastic beer. So their sit-down place in Pennsylvania is coming very soon too. If anyone's listening from Pennsylvania. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this one. It's good. I like I said, I like my pilsners and lagers, and I just like those easy drinkers all day long.
Yeah, I like pilsners too. I'm not opposed to drinking lighter stuff.
I love going to a brewery and they have like 8 beers on tap, and you can try like the flights of the fancies, like the sours, the porters, the stouts, and try them all, but not be committed to a full pour. And then you can get a full pour of a lager or a pilsner because that's like a safe haven. You can drink that all day long.
Yeah,
get that with your meal, and then try their fancy stuff. You know what I mean? Like not the fancy stuff, but it's like the comfort. I call these like comfort beers. Like, you can't go wrong with, unless you're a really bad brewery and you mess up a pilsner or a lager. But they're comfort food. You can stick with those all night long. Usually the prices are low on them. You can enjoy them the entire time you're there, and then kind of do small pours of the other stuff and see what you like. And then if you really enjoy it, then you commit yourself to a bigger glass. I'm very pro consumer when it comes to that.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's all I got. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, man. No
Bumpy
worries.
wrote a book. It was beautiful. I fell in love with it. Even though he's like, the beer's terrible, but he made it sound so beautiful the way he said it.
Yeah, that's fine, man. You don't have to be the most knowledgeable. You don't have to be sitting here explaining every single flavor. It could be just, I like the beer. Could be what you like about it. It's drinkable. Like you said, maybe they do some cool stuff, which is kind of what goes back to like my brewery reviews. And, we rate a beer and we talk about the brewery itself. So something like that, where they distribute for other people and it's not just them trying to push their own product. That's cool.
Yeah.
Too.
Pizza Boy is very big on pop culture references. So they do a lot of pop culture references with their beers. I know there was one I had. It was called the pen is mighty. And obviously the pen is, and they brewed it with so there's a joke company that you can send someone a bag of gummy penises. So they bought a bunch of those gummy penises and made a beer with it, and they called the pen is mighty. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, and they brewed it with that. They do like a bunch of cool stuff. And I'm a big professional wrestling fan, and Warwick Farms does like where they make like a base beer. I don't know what the terminology for it is, but they'll be like, this is the only Simcoe's in this, only Galaxy's in this, only Mosaic is in this, but they have it like a different luchador mask on the can. So when you drink the beer, like someone like me who's trying to learn, it's really good to be like, oh, that's what Mosaic is. Like it's not 900 different hops in one beer, then you're trying to pick each one out, where it's like a little educational beer where you're picking out what each, like you can actually get those characteristics from each hop. So Warwick does that a lot too, and then they'll mix the two together, and they use a lot of wrestling inspired themes with that, with like the luchador masks.
Yeah, Bumpy actually has like a poster on the side of his door, and it shows like all the flavor notes.
I was gonna say that Bumpy showed him the cheat sheet.
Yeah,
it's not really a cheat sheet. It's just that's the facts. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've heard so much good stuff. How Bumpy does a lot of beer education on his shows, and it's something we just started doing, where we're trying to do more research on what makes a style and all that stuff. And I think it's cool.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, I want something like that.
We just did one on ice beers. We drank a bunch of like ice beer. It was awful. They were terrible, but we did the history of why ice beer exists and how it came about. There you go. We had that on the show. It was a headache.
I thought it was funny that you guys had Josh on there too.
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't realize that Josh is like, he wouldn't be caught dead in a room with an ice beer, and then we had.
Oh no! Now he's drinking them left and right. He had Steel Reserve 211 last night.
Oh really? We converted him. We turned Josh back to his Philly roots of white trash white people. Look, we nailed it. Bangin' Bears podcast.
All right. Yeah, thanks, man. Cool.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, next time come up with a rating for the beer you got. Before I do the review on mine, I'm gonna acknowledge miscellaneous. I'll pull up miscellaneous.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, you're good, bro. No worries, man. So I'll pull you up. And you got something to present to us?
Yeah, I've got Oscar Blues here, 1050, not the barrel aged one, but yeah, this one here was canned on 8/10/2018. Come on,
Mark. We mentioned Oscar.
Do me a solid. Suck. There we go.
There you go.
I love when breweries do that. I was just talking before. When a brewery puts a little special note, like it says "buckle up" on it, like I love that. That's my favorite.
This is 10.5% ABV. I've been holding on to it, but tonight's the night.
Pizza Boy did one. It was an orange juice. On the bottom, it said the juice is loose. Like on the cover, no, it was called the White Bronco, and on the bottom of the can, it said the juice is loose.
Yeah.
The big head you got there. That's an Alex.
Your head. Pretty tight knit, frothy. Jet black, like 8-ball black. Smells pretty good. So you want me to just do the rundown?
Well, yeah, you could go. That's fine. I got my beer.
No, if you want, go ahead, dude.
You gotta wait for the head to come down a little bit.
All right, so I'll pull myself up. All right, so on the Rainbow Sherbet Sour Collective Arts, just so people, if you're still here.
It's a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on. Head pretty much went away completely. On the aroma, I'm getting more raspberry and citrus and lime. So you get like the raspberry, the lime, and the orange. It's got a nice acidity to it. Yeah, so it's got like a slightly tart aroma. It's not like strong sour. It says pineapple too, but I'm really not getting pineapple on the aroma. Like I said, it's more the berry and the citrus. It smells pretty good. That's pretty much what you get with the nose. I kind of wish the pineapple was showing through a little bit more. Let's see if it shows through on the palate. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. I'm pretty sure I had that one. Not bad.
It's good. It kind of has the same mouthfeel of the berry banana one that I had. I'd say citrusy up front, lots of lime, orange is in there, lemon's in there, raspberry on the back end. So it finishes with like raspberry, acidic. It's definitely maybe it's because I had another sour before this, but you definitely kind of get that sour feeling when it goes down. I'm not really getting the pineapple. Pineapple's just kind of taking a ride in the back. It's not really jumping out and saying, hey, here's pineapple. Maybe actually. Maybe on the finish. I think the finish is a little bit of like a raspberry, like a sweet, fresh pineapple. I think the raspberry kind of overpowers the pineapple, but you are left with a little bit of it. There's no like floral hoppiness to it. A decent sour bite. It's not like very, very strong, like pucker and sour, like some beers that I've had. Not bad for $5.50 for a can. I think I do like the berry one a little bit more. It had a little bit more of a thicker viscosity to it. It had a little bit more of a mouthfeel. Carbonation's good. You get that nice prickly carbonation. So carbonation is about high. Medium bodied. Yeah, it's good. If you want something that's not overly sour, but you get that nice satisfying sour note, this is pretty good.
Pineapple is always something that hits me on the end.
Told you that Drecker was going to ruin you.
Oh, I know, huh? Yeah, I know. It's hard to compete to that. But yeah, it's good. Like I said, the pineapple definitely kind of hangs out with the raspberry, and the raspberry kind of overpowers it. Like I said, citrus, lime, lemon, orange up front. And then like the berry with the sweet pineapple on the end. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. No hops. No like hoppy floral aspect to it that you get with sour beers. A little malty, I guess you could say. No really no breadiness that you like, which is kind of common for the sours. It's good. I like it. I kind of wish the pineapple was a little bit more prominent though. I wish it gave off a little bit more of a tropical flavor. It's definitely a citrusy, fruity beer rather than a tropical beer.
Is that the rainbow citrus or is that okay? That's cool.
Now, up where you are in Rhode Island, are you guys getting those? There's sours. I think they need to be in a category all by themselves. We have two breweries out this way that make these sours, but it's almost like drinking a milkshake where there's no sour. It doesn't pucker you at all, but they call it because it's very fruit parfait, that stuff. But it's
very
really
like
thick.
They call them sweets, dude.
Yeah,
I know exactly.
It's like a stout version of a sour where it's like super thick and creamy. It's like I said, it's like drinking a milkshake.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was like a little bit of like a vanilla or like a creamy aspect to it because it does say it's a sherbet. So, I mean, do sherbets usually have like that vanilla creaminess? No, not really, right?
Yeah.
Sherbet has cream in it, but sorbet doesn't.
Okay. All right. Not bad though. I'll have a rating for this. Like I said, good beer. But I kind of wish that pineapple was a little bit more prominent. I think like a creamy vanilla might round this out. It's really fruity. It's got a nice tartness to it. Wish it was a little bit more tropical. But yeah, the berry banana I will say I do enjoy over this, but I'm still gonna give it a good rating. So cheers, guys. Let me pull up miscellaneous. Miscellaneous can talk about his beer.
Cheers.
Cool.
Right.
All right. So on the nose, the 1050's held up. I get like it's like a brown bread, like a pumpernickel, very dark bread, and it's not a sweet bread. It's got an earthy tobacco notes coming through. Baker's chocolate. It's not like milk chocolate or semi-sweet. It's got like a bitter cacao type of thing kicking. Not so much on the leather. I know the barrel-aged one is, but not bad. Slight, very, very mild sweetness at 10.5%. I really don't detect too much alcohol, but I've had a few beers before the show, so cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Medium full body, viscous, coats the whole palate, your teeth, all that. It's a dark fruit that you pick out. It's got almost like this plum fig type of thing going. You do pick up that tobacco note in the flavor. I'd say there's a pretty moderate bitterness to this on the back end. Is a little bit dry. Carbonation's low, which is decent for the style. Throws up some good lacing. Overall, not a bad beer. It's held up well in the can. For 2018, it was a good year. I'm excited to see Drunken One drink that barrel-aged one that I sent him from 2017.
Ooh.
One of these days. I was saving this can for that, but I just knuckled down and drank it. Cheers, guys. Not bad. Oscar Blues in 2017. They were definitely doing it.
1050. That's 3 times more than the Loch Ness Monster asked for.
Yeah, I've heard good things about 1050, and then I've heard bad things. I
will say this: they've definitely sized down their cans and stuff. Now it's down to 4-packs, 12-ounce cans. When they were always busting the stovepipes out, and I feel like that's a lot going on with InBev buying up a bunch of stuff. Ball made a move. Can shortages, different sizes. I don't know. But I wish the only thing I wish that I'd see from this company is they'd make a little bit more. They go out of their realm a little bit. Like, they got real good base beers and they do put out something every once in a while. Just step out of the box. They make some good beer, or they can. Shit. I actually like to look. Longmont, Colorado is where this beer's from too, because I know they have a few facilities now. Oscar Blues. I think they have one in North Carolina, Colorado, and I think somewhere up north too. Probably somewhere in the Michigan area. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, you want me to score?
We'll come back around to you.
All right.
Come back around to you. All right. We'll pull up Bumpy. Bumpy can rate his beer. And anything else you want to say about it?
Yeah. I was trying to think. There's another Colorado brewery that does. They make the Yeti and stuff. I can't think of the name. Great Divide.
Great Divide.
I haven't seen their stuff around lately, so I'm not sure what's up with that.
Dude, they had that macaroon one. It was like a coconut macaroon Yeti this Christmas time. I think Beer Man had one. We never get any of that stuff. Like Great Divide, I get like the bare minimum. Brewery Direct, not there. Get like a wit beer or something.
I don't know what this one. Something else I didn't really touch upon. This is called a Belgian Imperial Stout. I'm not picking up anything that would say that they're using Belgian yeast in this. I'm just not getting any of the notes that you might find out of, quads and tripels, no banana notes, no cloviness, no real funkiness.
What do you have, if I don't mind it?
Indulgent. I stole the pumpkin. It had a pumpkin on it. Took the sticker off. I put it on my
They had a separate sticker on the can.
It's a Belgian Imperial Stout with pumpkin spices.
So they had the label and then a pumpkin on the label. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not much that okay, the positives. It was a good-looking beer. When I poured it, it had that thick head. Like I said, it's kind of like motor oil. And I did mention it looked a lot like pouring out a barrel-aged 1050 before Miscellaneous popped on. And his poured up pretty dark as well and viscous-like. So the appearance, I like the appearance. The aromas, it wasn't too bad. It was kind of overly spiced on the aromatics, also on the flavor. But at least it kind of smelled like maybe there's going to be something more positive about the flavors. So I kind of gave the aroma scores an okay. And then the flavors were just, there's a lot of it I don't care for in this. I mean, the dark chocolate's fine. I prefer milk chocolate. And then you get the coffee, the over spiciness, the grain and kind of hay, grassiness type notes coming out of the malt as well. The Belgian yeast, if they're using that to make this a Belgian Imperial Stout, not showing up to really impart any Belgian type flavors in it. Pretty poor on the flavors. I'm actually not enjoying drinking this. I am drinking it though, so it's like I'm kind of swaying between it's drinkable and it's a poor beer. I mean, I would never buy this one again. There may be people out there that enjoy these flavors. So I know there's plenty of people that like to drink black coffee and things, so they might be like, oh yeah, or they like a lot of pumpkin pie spice type stuff going on in their palate too. But yeah, for me, it's not really working. I don't know if I should score this on the 100 scale. Where would you like me to score this?
However you want. You can do 100.
On my 50-point inspection, I think I would have to give this a 30 out of 50, which would land it as a poor beer. And kind of equate that into a 100-point scale, maybe like a 62. Right around there.
Well, that's low, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
But
I'm gonna finish
we
it.
only got one can, right?
One can.
That's a good thing.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
I wish I
And
bought.
it's almost gone.
I wish I bought one can of that peanut butter
That
beer.
does look like a lackluster stout. No, late. No.
It's got the medium to full body feel. Like the body on it was pretty good. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes those pumpkin spices, man, they use like nutmeg, cinnamon, and then you get the pumpkin, and it's just like it's too much.
If we have a beer on the show we don't like, we say a term called show us how much you like it, and you just chug it. You just get rid of it. Just get it out of your life.
That's what I did on the last stream with the
Yeah. I should just drain pour this, but it's gonna help me sleep tonight. So
Yeah, there you go, right? What was the ABV on that one, Pumpy?
10.5.
Yeah, it's a 10.5.
Oh, there you go. At least the ABV was good.
Yeah.
So. All right.
That's it,
Cool.
folks.
that's it, folks. Yeah, next time around, we'll do shout outs. I'll pull up Anthony. He can rate his beer. And yeah, there you go.
I won't be long. You guys are like poets here. It's beautiful. You guys are describing things in beers and saying terminology I've never heard before. So I'm learning things as I want to be like that kid in the class. Like, what does that mean? You guys, I got to tune more into this because I think I'm going to learn more about the beer game and reviewing all this stuff because I'm just a dude who just drinks them. I don't know. I'm sorry. If I would have known, like I would have brought something fancier than a Pilsner. I love it. It was awesome. It was easy to drink. Like I said, a perfect blue collar beer. You can crush them all day long. 4.5. It's two breweries that I really, really like. And it's a style of beer that like I said, it's like a comfort blanket. You can go to it all day long and you know it's not going to be a bad news. Yeah, I usually review on an Untapped scale. I don't even know a 100-point scale. So I would on Untapped I would give it a 3.5 or 3.75. I know on Untapped Pilsners and lagers don't get ranked as high as stouts and like they're like, oh, because it's a certain style it can't go a certain number. I scored on the beer and I just it's a good Pilsner. It's not one that I would maybe seek out over and over and over again and buy mass quantities of it, but it's still like I always try to say our joke on the podcast is protect the 4. So I'm going to stay at like a 3.75, 3.5.
I had one.
It's amazing. It's delicious. It's good, but it's not going to blow your mind.
I hear you.
What was it? I had from North Coast, the Scrimshaw, dude. That was banging.
Yeah,
it was a really good one.
Yeah, it was good for being a light Pilsner, light bodied. It had tons of flavor. It was really, really, like I said, it was very, very tasty. If I bought a 6-pack, 4-pack, a case of this, I would not be upset by it. I can go to the well on these all day long.
Yeah, I like the craft pilsners and craft lagers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these it shows you like something like that where it is light, how flavorful they could actually be.
Yeah, where it's like you get like a Miller Lite or a Coors. It's like, hey, drink it ice cold because if it warms up, it's gonna taste awful. Like these
Yeah.
are these are good. I like when craft breweries do this style because you can definitely see their love into the style of beer and what the style is actually supposed to be, not on a mass produced quantity.
How's the carbonation on that one?
I it didn't taste overcarbonated. Like I didn't have like the entire time drinking this. I wasn't like beer burping. So I
Yeah.
guess good. I think I nailed it.
Well, that's also a plus too, because a lot of pilsners, you get that heavily prickly carbonation, and the whole time you're like kind of.
Now maybe I do something that I'm not supposed to, but like how Miscellaneous poured his beer, he just like we call it a violent pour, where you just pour it, get a huge head, let it subside, then pour the rest in.
Yeah.
I like to break that carbonation up because I don't like that full belly feeling. So like
Well,
I get a beer and I
You're supposed to pour a beer
Yeah.
like that because
Yeah,
it
nailed
gets
it.
the
Look at me.
carbonation. It does. That's why you don't get the bloat.
yeah.
It's
So that's
true. It's
yeah,
fact.
that's how I pour. Like when someone pours me a beer at a bar and they do like the quarter and then you get like this much head, I drink a little bit of it and then I swish my finger around in it and I get the bubbles and carbonation to like release a little bit and then I drink my beer.
I also have heard that that's a good way to get like a good aroma, because I guess it releases like the esters and stuff.
A lot of old heads in our area put pepper in their beer. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Down here, I've seen people put salt in their beer.
Yeah, I guess the pepper makes the
Because you get,
carbonation.
like,
So I don't know what it does.
I don't know. That's what they say too. With like the salt, you see them pop, pop, pop. They hit it, and then it starts fizzing up. But I don't know. You're dehydrating yourself. Then you have salt. And it's kind of
Yeah. I've never seen salt. I've seen it done with pepper. I don't know exactly what it does, but I guess it keeps a bigger head. I don't know. Yeah.
Cool.
Look into that.
So would you
It
say
adds more flavor to the lackluster pilsner they're drinking.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Maybe.
What'd you say,
Yeah, they do it like Miller Lights. They put pepper in their glass and they pour. It's like an old. I only see the old timers do it in our area, like the old, like I said, coal mining town. Like they just put a little pepper in there first. Yeah.
So would you say 3.7 out of 5?
I would say 3.75 out of 5 or 3.5. I'm in that range. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you don't have to go off the 100 point scale. That's just what I do.
I think if it was 100, I'd give it an 80. Yeah, I think that's around the same equate, like in there, 75, 80. Like I said, it's good. I would drink it all day long, but it wouldn't be like, I don't know. I'd buy a case of it, but it like if they, I guess more or less I'm more or less bought it because of the breweries who made it, and then they worked together and did it. Because I'm a fan of both breweries, so it drove me in for that. So I wouldn't expect. I guess that's the thing too. Like when I drink a beer like this, I don't expect to get a lot of it. So I enjoyed it for what it was, and then now it's gone because they're probably not going to mass produce it because it's a collaboration beer.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I hear you.
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for reviewing.
Yeah,
Cool.
thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I'm learning things here. You guys are smart people.
All right, we'll call it miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, you can rate yours before I.
We're a bunch of BSers.
That sounds awesome.
Beer nerds. All right, so yeah, 2018 Oscar Blues, the regular 1050 non-barrel aged. So it's held up pretty well. To be honest with you, it's everything that I remember out of the 4-pack that I've had out of this. As it has warmed up, I have started to pick up a little bit more of those, like a leather note, which I do usually pick up in certain products, this being one of them. Like the Narwhal is another one from Sierra Nevada, where it's just there. Even if it's not barrel aged, it's there. It's getting smoother as it warms up. It's not exactly room temperature, switching to like umami, the soy sauce thing, which some of these do for me, like the Bourbon County. But it's really good. Like I said, you get that earthy, dark brown bread maltiness, like pumpernickel or something like that. This is one of those ones. It's a classic, especially for the year. And now that they've got older and stuff, I did not try the 1050 that came out this previous year. I thought it was too spendy for what they were pushing, even the non-barrel age. So maybe if I see a single, I might pick it up. But It's fantastic. I'd probably put this at. So this is a non-barrel aged one. I'd put it at a 95 out of 100.
Wow.
It's a very good beer, and it's like I said, this is aged. It's been in the can for a while. Some things do grow better with time. Some don't. This definitely held up. Yeah, I really do. I dig this. If I could drink this all the time, or I had a pallet like a case of it, I would tuck it off and pop out three beers like a year, and then just keep saving them because these held up fantastic. And like I said, 10.5. I mean, you might be able. I'm just so nose burnt on all these high alcohol like that. It doesn't hit that way. It drinks fantastic, smooth. It might be a little boozy to some, not to me. This is a great product. If you can find an old dusty 4-pack or 6-pack of cans from 2018 Oscar Blues, pick it up. It's fantastic.
What style of beers do you guys more gravitate to?
It depends.
I'd have
I kind of buy like a little bit of a spread, and depends
I'm
on how
usually a big
feeling.
IPA guy. I really like IPAs. Big fan of them.
Like now, IPA, are you more like the hazy, the West Coast, East Coast?
I have times where I'm like, oh, I really want some New Englands, and then sometimes I'm really like, oh, I want some West Coast.
Yeah, PA. We have so many breweries that we're like I don't know how other states are, but it feels like we're like the king of the hazy. Every brewery's like just known for their hazy IPA.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing New Englands nowadays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it's like here in New Hampshire. That's what I was going to say. I guess I would have to say the New England IPA because that's mostly what you find on the shelves around here.
Mhm.
I mean, I pick up stouts, I pick up pilsners, I pick up whatever I can. Lots of the different sours, mostly those pastry sours, the heavily pureed ones. But
I love sours, but we were talking
But
before we went
that's
live.
the thing
Acid reflux.
I wanted to say earlier with the sours, and I know Tanner's one. And now you're getting the heavily fruited stuff. Go back to the basics. Hit your import aisle. Get a German Berliner. Get a German from over the pond. Import Goza, and go back under the Ron Husqvarna law, the Purity Act, and have some these are what these beers are really supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
And then try the American shit. You know what I mean? Like, get versed with the style, and it's going to be some lower ABV shit, but they're really good beers that are not astronomically high in ABV. Like typical Berliner Weiss over there, Bumpy's between
usually
3.5
to
5 at
4
the
or 5.
highest.
Yeah.
5's pushing it, kind of.
Where we live, we have a place. It's probably like an hour and 45 minutes away. So that's what do we figure out? East Coast, that's like 3 Rhode Islands.
Yeah, right.
Like a good Goza or Berliner Weiss like that is Dogfish makes one. The Sequence is a fantastic Goza.
We
like
live in a
Very,
small
very
area where the craft beer scene is just not there yet. Like when we buy craft beer, we were stuck by a case. Like we couldn't do mix of sixes. We couldn't our area is growing. So we're kind of
going
with
order
it.
in, and that's what you get.
Pretty much, yeah. Not even it's just what's on the shelf. Like, hey, we got in this. So it is getting a lot better, and we have a lot of distributors that are working and getting like really, really good. But like to go to an import aisle, we have to travel. Yeah.
Now, miscellaneous, did you throw an actual number out there?
Yeah.
95.
What did I say? 95.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I gotta hit the head if you don't mind.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, I'll pull myself up and I'll review. I'll throw up a rating for mine.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, make sure you wash your hands. But so for the Rainbow Sherbet Sour, I will say that I don't remember exactly what I rated the berry banana one. This one's good. I kind of wish I got a little bit more pineapple. The acidity kind of starts to build up as you keep sipping it. It starts getting more sour and sour, which is nice. But sometimes it kind of gets to you a little bit. But it's still a really good beer. I was kind of hoping that, like I said, I was hoping that tropical flavor, that pineapple, kind of popped out a little bit more. But it is good. It is tasty. $5.50 for this can. I believe because they kind of the place I bought it, they kind of gouge you when you buy the single cans. So I think it's around like $16 for a 4-pack. Carbonation's good, which is always something that I really enjoy. I like having a decent amount of carbonation. Mouthfeel's about medium, so I'll run this at around like I'll give it a 94. I think it's good. I'd buy it again. I'd buy a 4-pack. It's definitely one of those sours where you're probably going to want to drink one and then move on to something else. It is very tasty, but like I said, the acidity definitely starts to catch up to you once you start getting towards the end of it. But yeah, Collective Arts makes some pretty good stuff. I do like the beers that they produce. I haven't had one that I haven't really enjoyed. They do it. The Life in the Clouds is pretty good. New England Ransack the IPA is like a West Coast kind of hazy. What's that?
Ransack the Universe.
Yeah, Ransack the Universe. Yeah, that one's good. I like
When
that.
it switches every year, they change the hops in that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's never the same year to year.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I like the one that I had. I don't know exactly. I forgot what hops was in it, but that was pretty good. So, like I said, 94 out of 100 for this. I would pick up another 4-pack, but it's definitely not something that I'll drink a whole 4-pack in one night. It's probably going to be a one and done, which you probably should do with sours because the what is it? Bumpy note. What is it? Lactobacillus? Is that what they call it? That they usually add to sour beers?
Yeah, lactobacillus or Brettanomyces typically.
Is usually what they put in them to give it that sour.
Yeah, lower them. It lowers pH.
And basically, they infect it.
Yeah,
They do. They add culture to it.
yeah, it's good. I like this. $5.50 a can is a little expensive. I would have much like to pay 16 for a 4-pack. But like I said, when you buy a single can, sometimes they kind of gouge you. It was still good. Best by July 19th, 2022. So it's still fresh. This has to be fairly newer because a lot of the other Collective Arts, they didn't really give a good canned on date or a Best By date. So I think maybe they're trying to step up their game a little bit because I know a lot of people nowadays, especially if you're buying craft beer and you're buying stuff like this. Well, sours usually last a little bit longer, like Miscellaneous usually says. The sours kind of hold their own. But yeah, a canned on date is definitely something that you got to give some points for. Like I said, what did I say, 94 out of 100. So I'll give it towards that flavor. Just kind of wish it was a little bit more pineapple forward. And yeah, I'll probably pick up some more stuff from them in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we'll go over shout outs and yeah, just shout your stuff out if you guys want to shout out somebody else. Thank you, Anthony, for hopping on here, man. I know you're fairly newer to the scene, hanging out with us and stuff. I'd just like to say, you know, you were talking about how you don't really know how to describe things as fully as you would like to. But that's perfectly fine because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that they're going to drink a beer and they might like craft beer, but they're not going to say, oh, I get this, and this, and that. You know, it's just a lot of people, they just want to hear, hey, is it good or not? You know, can I pick it up? Should I not pick it up? You know, and a lot of people like to hear that. So I will just like to say that I wouldn't feel any type of way because you're not giving full descriptions, because a lot of people, you know, they just want to know if something's good or not. And they want to know if like Bumpy said, Bumpy could have just said, oh, too much spices. And, you know, people would be like, oh, okay, that's a pumpkin beer that I'm not going to try. So, you know, it's always having good opinions from different perspectives, I guess you could say. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys for coming on here and rating the beers. You know, it doesn't have to be 1 to 100, however you want to score your stuff. And yeah, I guess we'll start with Bumpy. Bumpy, you can talk about your shout outs. I'm going to actually use the bathroom really quick, so I'm just going to pull up Bumpy. Bumpy, share your stuff, share other people you want to talk about. And yeah, after we go through everyone, we'll wrap it up. So, cheers,
number 1 or number 2? I just need to know how slow I have to talk.
No, you're
He's had a lot of lactose, so even as a number 2, it might be like a number 1.
Oh no lactose tonight. No.
Oh, let's see. Got the 50-point inspection videos. I put those out on Wednesdays and Fridays. Those are basically my beer review videos in which I just score them through a 50-point scale. going through the appearance, the aromas, the flavors, the body, and my overall appreciation of the beer itself, to come out with a score between 0 and 50. I have my live stream on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, start of the show. It's called New Brew. And to join up a panel, just have to bring a beer that you've never had before. And it's chaos meets structure, basically, is what it's all about. Got the kind of free-for-all thing, which is more like if we're just hanging out off here, everybody can kind of talk anytime they want to. Just try to not cut somebody off mid-sentence, but definitely try to jump in there if you have questions or if you want to ask anything, or if you just want to get a word in sometimes. You get a little break, go ahead and jump in during that free-for-all. Then I'll also try to get some questions out to the panel during the show as well, so everybody can kind of have their box moment like this where they can just kind of speak without being totally interrupted. Sometimes it still happens a little bit. And then I'll just shout out one of Beer Man shows is Beer and Cheese Tuesday. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love Beer and Cheese. I'm there all the time. Always look forward to it. And he's been doing different beers to bring to the show. So whatever cheese you choose to bring. But this upcoming Tuesday is going to be either an English pale ale or bitter, an American amber. He didn't specify ale or lager, so I think you can go either way with that. And also Baltic porter is another choice to bring. So just bring one of those styles and whatever cheese that you want to match up with whatever you bring. And that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Beer Man's channel. Cheers. That's it. I think I can may take 2 more steps to finish this, but
Cheers, man.
thanks for having me on, Tanner.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it, Bumpy. Always, man. All right, we'll pull up Anthony.
First and foremost, I want to thank obviously East Coast LQ Reviews here for having me,
No problem, man.
and also Craft Beer Pours. I would have met this amazing community if I just didn't stumble across a live stream one night and seen a link that I can click in and meet awesome people. Super supportive. You guys have all been super fantastic. We've been podcasting now, Bangin' Beers podcast, it's going on our 4th season, so our 4th year. We're live every Sunday. We try to go around 12, but I think tomorrow we're going to go live at 3 or 4, depending. I'm not sure how we're going to work it out because people have, it's hard to get multiple people together to do a show at one time. But we've been going for 4 years now. We more or less tackle things from a blue collar perspective. We do have some people on the show that are more educated on beer than I am. So if I'm not the spokesperson of the show, I'm more of the host. But yeah, we just kind of have some beers. We talk and banter in between. We try to bring some humor in. We kind of making some noise for a while. Like I said, brand new YouTube channel. We used to. I'm part of a network, so it's a bunch of different podcasts. I don't know if you see it, the IWP network, but it used to be one YouTube channel. And then late last year, we kind of separated all 5 of our shows into its own thing, so its own audio stream, its own YouTube, its own social medias. More work, but I feel it makes the show stand out more. And so it's pretty much like we're going into our 4th year. We're kind of like starting over, essentially. But we have a lot of fun. We interview breweries. We go on location. We just had an episode with North Country Brewing, which is in Pennsylvania. So we're out of Pennsylvania, but we like to travel around. But yeah, if you check us out, let us know what you think. We're interactive. So when we are live, we are talking to our chat. We're open for collaborations. We love people joining us and hanging out. Beer humor, sometimes pop culture things in there, sometimes beer news. We are trying to get more with a topic. So tomorrow we're doing episodes. If you have ever had Trogs Brewing Company, we're going to do their normal style beer versus their double beer. So like Blizzard versus double Blizzard, Nugget versus double Nugget, Trogenator versus Coconator. So we're kind of doing like their variants versus each other. That's going to be tomorrow at 3-4 o'clock. Just go over, subscribe, hit the bell. It'll pop up and come hang out.
Cool, man. Awesome. You got anybody else you want to shout out or?
Yeah, just if you go to our page too, on the very bottom is like other channels, like all of our other podcasts, as well as people who've been supportive to us. A lot of craft beer poor people. Just go click on them, hit this. You can just literally go right through, subscribe to everybody, show them love. It's all I really got. Like I said, we're new to the YouTube game. We're just trying. We're just coal region boys trying to make it. We don't got crazy spiked hair, but we're trying our best here.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, man. That's cool. Yeah, this is
man.
community.
Yeah, and thank you once again for having us. Very last second, I was like, "Can I join?"
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm fairly new to hanging out with these guys too, and I pretty much have the same feelings towards them that you do. They're all very open to hang out with you and learn stuff. They're all very informative and very helpful when it comes to beer and other stuff. Because I don't just do beer. I also do like liquor and whiskey, and I've watched a lot of other people that I've learned a lot from, and I definitely didn't know as much about beer as I do now from hanging out with these guys. So it's pretty cool to be in a community where everyone's helpful and wants to teach you rather than kind of shove it in your face and tell you don't know something.
Yeah, it's an absolute beautiful community. I'm very, very proud and honored to be a part of it. I met some really, really, really amazing people. The off airs where we just kind of hang out till 5 a.m. and just hang out and talk. It's been really
drunk on then, huh?
Yeah, that's we closed the bar. It's awesome, man. Like I said, I'm very fortunate to meet really cool people and just how extremely supportive they are. One of the things that we try to do, like I said before, we try to do the beer history and learn different styles and educate ourselves as well as the audience. I feel like if you're listening to a podcast, you should learn something as well as be entertained. So we try to throw some humor in there. But the cool thing is the beer community, at least in Pennsylvania, all the breweries help each other. Like another brewery sees a brewery and like, yo, what do you guys need? Like, we're in a better spot than you are. You're just starting off. What do you need? Hops? You need to use our Trogs. Great example. Sorry, Trogs. We're talking tomorrow. We've heard stories countless times of Trogs saying, you're a brand new brewery that's starting up. Yeah, you're within like an hour from us, or you're 20-30 minutes from us. Dude, what's your address? We'll send you a pallet of hops. We'll send you a pallet of yeast. Bring your beers to our lab and you can test it to make sure they're good. Like, they're so supportive of the beer community.
That's cool.
It's so I feel like
That's
as
really
content
cool.
creators who are trying to put those beers over, we should help each other instead of just being cutthroat and be like, nah, I ain't working with that people because they'll get another view more than I will. Like, I just love the fact that this community is representing that in the beer world, where it's supportive and loving each other, which is what you need.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally put down the beer that I had tonight.
I don't know if I could have said it any better.
Well, I do that too, where if I don't like a certain style, I will say, listen, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to enjoy this, but you did a great job of saying, hey, if you like pumpkin, you like spice and coffee, this beer is going to be a home run for you. It's just not for me,
Yeah. That's another big thing that I do with like my channel and stuff too. It's like, sometimes I don't necessarily enjoy things. And sometimes someone might not like a West Coast. Sometimes people like more of the New England style. So if it's in New England that's kind of hoppy and bitter, then it might be one of those New Englands that you might want to stay away from.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Our thing is just trying to talk to someone who's not a craft beer person can listen to our show and hopefully get a description of the beer to be like, this is a good gateway beer. Like, if you know what I mean, like we find a lot of those breweries where I call them, I hope it's not a knock, but it's like, you make good gateway beer. Like, you make an IPA that can easily almost drink like a Pilsner. So it would be an easier way for someone to open their where it's like, oh, this, I can try this. Or because if you hand somebody an IPA and it's super, super hoppy, they're like, I hate all IPAs. And it's like, no, there's different styles. You know what I mean? It's kind of if you're a beer person,
They
kind of
do
being more
that
responsible.
here in Florida for sure.
Yeah. Are you near the brewery Tripping Animals?
Yeah, I know. No, I can get some of their stuff.
We've had some stuff. They're impressive.
Yeah, I heard. To be honest with you, what I heard was this place Invasive Species was what the word on the street was. I went down there last year for my birthday, so I don't know. It's probably been like 8 months, and I was down there, and I went to a cool craft beer place. They have it's called Craft Beer Cellar. They have them all throughout the United States. I guess they're small, independent, like bottle shops or whatever. Mm-hmm. I scored some 450 there in Florida. I got vitamin C. It's like Bumpy lives not far. He's like, the guy in Florida's got vitamin C, and I can't even get it here.
Yeah.
going on. You know what I mean? And I feel like that all the time because we got some good breweries down here. There's just not an
We have a
abundance
guy
of
called
them, and
PA
they're
Brew
pretty
Review.
spread out because I'm not real close to Miami. It's like 3 hours. If I was going there, I'd hit Funky Buddha. I'd go to Trippin' Animals, Invasive Species, J. Wakefield. Light it up. Just make a big circle.
We have a guy named PA Brew
They got
Review.
a total.
He puts all the breweries on the map for Pennsylvania. I think we're at like 554 in Pennsylvania. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually saw a Jay Wakefield beer the other day.
Civil Society's like 35 minutes, 40 minutes away from me. I know a lot of people like them. I haven't been there because all they serve is IPAs. Like a spread.
I saw a Jake Wakefield beer the other day. It was like $37 for a bomber or something. I forgot what it was, but I was like, wow, that's expensive.
Let me know. Take a picture of it.
I will. I'm sure it's sitting there.
So the new updated map for Pennsylvania, according to this guy, is 617 breweries in Pennsylvania.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I bet there's a lot here. I don't know. Not where I'm at.
This guy just does so he's really cool. It's called pabrewery.com, and then you can just literally Google Maps. It pulls up a Google map, puts you where you are in Pennsylvania, and it'll show you every brewery in the area. And you click on it, take you to their website, their social media. It gives you their whole beer list. The guy's on his game. It's really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you guys again.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I appreciate it.
Cheers to you, brother. All right, I'll pull up Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous can talk about his stuff and anybody else who wants to shout out. So go for it, Miscellaneous.
Right. So yeah, for me, Thursdays 8:00 Eastern will be another Thursday night beer session. I'll probably have 3 to 4 products. Might be 3 this time. I got a lot of Imperial stuff I want to get into. I did get full last episode. I don't know. I was good the whole time. What are you going to do? Other than that, Stout Sunday with John and Ellie, a.k.a. Georgia Beer Reviews, should be on his channel. I don't know. Bumpy hung out with him. He might have got a better lowdown on that, but he should be up and running to do Stout Sunday. If not, it'll be on Ron Terrio's channel, 10:30 a.m. Sunday. So check that out. Stouts Porters. It's football on, right? No. We're waiting for the Super Bowl now. Shit. No
football's almost over.
Hockey's on, all that other shit. Beer Man, I like your style. Wednesdays. Bring any beer, what is it? Styled with P?
E.
Not any beer that starts with P. The style of the beer has to start with P, like Pilsner, Porter, such and such. So yeah, check that out. That'll be at 6:00 Eastern Wednesday. God, nobody got Alex, huh? You got Alex, Tanner? Because I don't ever remember what Food Friday is.
Oh, I know what Food Friday is.
All right.
Okay.
And then Leprechaun TV. The hot seat is Thursdays at 9, right after my Thursday night beer session. He usually does Barbecue Banner. He's doing a lot more open interviews, not necessarily towards barbecue, but yeah, go check him out. It's usually a good time. Meet a lot of cool people over there. So that's it. Cheers.
He
boys.
joins our live stream all the time and he goes, "Where's my Mickey's?" That's what the first thing he comments. Mickey's.
Everybody gets it. The link comes out. They're like, yeah.
Cool. Awesome, man.
That's it, guys.
Cool. All right. So for me, just dropped a new review on a Trogs beer. I know Anthony was kind of excited to see that. The Dreamweaver wheat beer. So go check that out if you want. I'll be doing I pretty much just randomly throw up reviews. Thursdays we'll be doing another brewer review at 5 p.m. and it's going to be a little bit more structured this time because before I was doing just like my own brewer review and then I was having other people come on and they were talking about breweries that they wanted to talk about. But next week we're going to do a little bit more structured. I think I'm going to do Sierra Nevada. And I know that's a popular beer. So if you could find a Sierra Nevada beer, it doesn't have to be new to you. It could be one that you enjoy and something that you pick up regularly. So just grab a Sierra Nevada beer, I just got their juicy or atomic torpedo. I believe it's like a juicy double IPA. So I'll be reviewing that. You could bring the regular pale ale. You can bring the regular torpedo. I know they do a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, grab a Sierra Nevada beer. Come hang out with me at 5 p.m. and we'll talk about Sierra Nevada. We'll pull up their website. We'll all give a ratings on our beers, and we'll do a rating on the brewery as a whole. And however many people there are, we'll average it out, and that'll be the average rating for the brewery. So I think it's a little bit more structured. It makes a little bit more sense. Next Saturday at 8 p.m., we'll do another Rate That Beer. Pretty much just laid back, you don't have to have your beer poured up on the show. You can have it poured up. You could be drinking on it. You don't have to use 1 to 100 point scale. You could use any scale that you want. Just get your thoughts out there. And come hang out, talk about beer, talk about other breweries, hang out with some cool people, meet some new people. Besides me, Thomas Metal 75, check him out on Wednesdays, 7:30 is Wild Card Wednesday. Bring any liquor, beer, malt beverage, go hang out with him. His slogans, don't be a douche. So as long as you're respectful, and I'm pretty sure that's everybody's thing, as long as you're respectful and you don't come on here with intentions, with bad intentions. We're all pretty open to have new people on and just hang out with people and talk about beer. You don't have to be extremely knowledgeable. It could just be, hey, I like the thing, and maybe, or I don't like the beer. And a lot of people like to hear that. Some people don't like to hear this full description because maybe they won't pick that up themselves. So yeah, that's at 8 p.m. Next Saturday. Who else? Food Friday with Alex is Chicken Big Macs at 8 p.m. on Friday, which is going to be hard to get. So I know a lot of people. Because at first when he said it, I thought he meant like a what do they call it? Like a
McDangbang.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a filling freaking live stream, and everybody's going to be eating gangbangs, but it's not. I guess it's a new product by McDonald's. You can't get everywhere. It's actually just like the Big Mac bun.
Oh, you can get that there.
With a chicken stick. Yeah, you can probably. Yeah, I'm sure they can make it for you. They might not be too happy about it, but yeah,
chicken sandwich game in fast food has been fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be a fun video. Who else? Whiskey Encore on Tuesdays around 11 to 12. Go hang out with him. His name's Cheech. Also, as long as you're respectful, talk about whiskey. If you guys like whiskey, you can drink a beer, and it's just like a live pub. Go hang out with him. Jordy's Den. Check him out. I was actually just watching his virtual pub with BC beer reviews. Check him out as well. Kent's beer reviews. Craig, I believe is his name. Kent Beer Reviews. He's a cool guy from the UK. Definitely awesome to see a different perspective from a different country on beer and stuff. And yeah, if there's anybody that I'm missing, let me know now. Anybody else got anything else you want to shout out? I think
I'm still learning the crew, so I don't have it all down like you guys do. I'm getting there.
Check out Thrash Metal. Check him out. He does some cool horse videos. He does barbecue, and who else?
I got one. Elbow. Go listen to Elbow play piano. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Right there you go.
Elbow is the man.
Dio's been pretty cool. Go give Drunken One a sub. He's been hopping on some live streams with us. I know he was on Food Friday with Alex.
He just stands in his room for 4 hours at a shot. He never sits. He just stands around and walks around. He's my favorite human.
Shout out to the chat. The only chat we got tonight, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for stopping by and hanging out. I'm sure some other people popped in.
I heard YouTube's been wonky lately. It's like their numbers and everything. I was on some other people's stuff, and they're like, I'm not seeing any people here.
So before we end the show, I would like to say, let me try to pull up. So let's get everyone's URLs in the chat. So
oh boy,
it's up to you guys.
Let me pull mine up.
Let's find it. Let me look for. Bumpy, you got yours, or you want me to grab it for you?
I don't know how to find it. I don't care.
I'll grab it for you. So
I got mine here. I'll dump it in there.
Yeah, throw it in the chat. This is Bumpy.
I didn't even see the private thing going on. You got.
So there's Bumpy's. Go check out Bumpy. Miscellaneous, are you working on yours or you want me to pull yours up too?
I put mine in the private chat. It won't let me put it in the normal chat.
Oh, yeah, I think you're not. Probably doesn't let you put it.
Moderated.
I
I gotta go to my channel.
Nope.
I was slacking off.
This is so the last one is Bang and Beer Podcast. So check him out and leave him a sub. Miscellaneous, you got yours or?
Yep. Just slid it right in there.
I think you're a moderator too, so you should be able to. Oh, you drop it in the private?
Oh no, I just put it in the chat.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's Miscellaneous right there. Go check him out. All these guys are awesome. A lot of us do live streams. Anthony does the podcast. Bumpy does his 50-point inspections. Live streams, New Brew. Miscellaneous on Thursday. Bumpy on Monday, 8 p.m. Miscellaneous at 8 p.m. Thursday. Go check him out. Let me just do. Okay, yeah. Let me make you a moderator. So next time, if you ever come on again, you can drop your own link. So yeah, cheers to everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out and doing a review and rating your stuff. And yeah, till next time, next week. If there's anything that you guys like to see on my channel or any of these other guys, I'm sure they're open to it. Leave a comment in the chat. Let us know. I don't just do beer reviews. I also do liquor reviews. So if it's something that you're interested in or you want to hear my opinion on, I'm
What do you think about Pokemon?
Pokemon?
I'm a video game nerd. I'm addicted to the new one that just came out. I can't fucking stop.
My older brother loves Pokemon.
I'm just a nerd. I'm sorry. Where you guys are smart with beer, I know like stupid pop culture reference stuff.
I wasn't ready for that question. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys like seeing on the channel, if there's anything you like to see from these other guys, definitely check them out. Drop them a sub, show some love. And yeah, till next time, thanks for watching. Cheers, everybody. This is Tanner, the Beer Master, signing out.